is a perfect diplomat. Balance of opposites. Kapisha, Vayu Putra, Sankata Mochana, Mahavira, not just known for his strength, but is known for his brain power, his wisdom. When you live by the first three names, Hanuman, Anjanasunu, Vayu Putra, you become automatically a Mahabala. Why Hanumanji is the perfect archetype or model? This is Valmiki's own creation in Ramayana. We even said that it could very well be his own life story. That we have several instances of mixture of human and animal archetypes, notable being Narasimha, Ganesha, and Hanumanji. Why Hanuman's day has been dedicated or designated as Tuesday and Saturday. Most people are unconsciously adopting the Duryodhana archetype. I will say the mantra again and I will explain. It is Vayu Putra talks about our Pranamaya Kosha. There are 5 pranas inside us. To get to these 4 goals, Vedanta has prescribed yoga. There are 3 types of yoga that our entire Vedanta talks about. Astrologically, what Mars stands for. Mars is a cruel planet. Cruelty. Mars represents our karma action. The minute you are born on earth, you have to engage in karma. Because in the beginning I said, we are the only one who can solve our problems. Nobody can solve it for us. And we will understand when we do Sankat Mochana Ashtakam, Mahavir he's called. Courage. Veera is a warrior who has courage. It's not that people are born with courage. It has to be cultivated. To be a spiritual warrior, you need 5 kinds of courage. With the lessening of religious rituals, this modern world, we have completely forgotten that the power of brahmacharya, vrat, austerity, that is to control our instinctual animal nature. That whole Ramayana, they've said, if you can't say Ram, the simplest word, say Mara, kill, and you will still be connected because it's the opposite of Rama, 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 Rama. These 2 planets are very peculiar and their astrological alignment in your birth chart is misplaced. You are in for misery, my friends. He is balance of opposites. 2 murtis of Hanumanji you'll see. Either he is that Shakti, flying through the air with that Gada and the mountain, or he is sitting at the feet of Ram. Shakti and Bhakti, this is the 2 things, the 2 major things we have to focus on in these 7 sessions, how to develop Shakti and Bhakti through karma. And welcome to session 3 of Sri Hanumanji Upasana, workshop on mind mastery. So I will take a little time to review what we did last time, and then we'll move on to the other names of Hanumanji. Last time we talked about the 4 goals in life, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, and that's also part of the first paragraph in Hanuman Chalisa, but we'll discuss that when we go to Hanuman Chalisa. And Dharma translated to Buddhi. We need intellect to understand what is our Dharma. Artha translated to Vidya. You can understand anything or create wealth only with knowledge. Then Kama translated to Bala, that is strength. You need physical and emotional strength to enjoy your life. And Moksha translated to Gyana, which is different from ordinary knowledge. It is the knowledge of the self. Who am I? Koham. And we said that all this we can get through Vedanta has prescribed 3 methods. Yoga. Yoga is uniting our lower self with our higher self. And there are 3 kinds of yoga: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, gyana yoga. Karma yoga, we have no choice. Whether we like it or not, even if we choose not to do it, is karma yoga. We have a choice of bringing in bhakti, which is connection to our higher self, and gyana, understanding who we are in actuality, our real self. That is gyana yoga. That would make life definitely more fruitful. And we also talked about the 3 states of mind. That's very important today. You have to understand that. One is the rajas, tamas, rajas, and sattva. Tamas is the body level awareness, which is very dense. And then at the rajas is the mind level. And sattva is at the intellect level. So we have these 3 kinds. Tamas translates to inertia. Rajas translates to action, passion, and ambition, power. And sattva translates to clarity and perception. So our problem, why we don't realize that we are the supreme being, we are that what we are looking for, is because of avidya, ignorance. And there are 3 kinds of ignorance. So at the body level, it translates to ignorance. At the mind level, it translates to arrogance, and at the intellect level, it translates to ego, ahankar, which is the separation from the unity consciousness. That these are the three kinds of egos, and the three kinds of ignorance or avidya we have to tackle with. Then we discussed about the seekers. There are four kinds of seekers. Artha, which is desperate, which hopefully none of us are. Artharthi, transactional, some of us were in that category. Now we have moved on to Jigyasu, understanding what is this Hanuman archetype. Hopefully, either in this lifetime or some other lifetime, we will become a gyani, that is, become Hanuman archetype itself, walk into or step into that power. Then we talked about this Dwadasa Nam is a formula. It is bookended by Hanuman and Dasa Grivarsa Darpaha. Hanuman is, Hanu is Hanan, which is annihilation or destroying. Man, which is ego, which means that separate consciousness, that I am separate from the unity consciousness. You start with that, the effort. You end up, after doing the 10 steps, you end up with Dasa Grivasa Darpaha. Dasa is 10, Griva is neck, which supports the 10 heads. The ahankar comes in 10 different emotions and thought processes. Darpaha is to destroy that ultimately we'll be able to destroy that 10-headed demon if we follow through with these other names, whatever they suggest to us. So we discussed about Hanuman, how it is the intellect, because ahankar is at the level of the intellect, that we are separate. And we have to start with that, with the goal that we have to control our feeling, our ahankar, our ego, that we are separate from our higher self, we are separate from the unity consciousness. Then we moved on to Anjani Sunu, which is his mother's name, which is matter, which is our body. And this is we talked about the 5 layers of existence that we have. We think it's just mind and body, but we actually have 5 sheets of identity. First is the body consciousness, which is called Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya translates to food. This body is sustained by food. Then inside that, or rather controlling that, more subtle than the body, Annamaya Kosha, is the Pranamaya Kosha, which is the energy body, the body that is sustained by breath. And then beyond that is the Manomaya Kosha, where the Pranamaya Kosha is controlled by the Manomaya Kosha, which is our mind, sustained by our thoughts. Manomaya Kosha is controlled by our Vijnanamaya Kosha, that means controlled by our intellect. And beyond that is the Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss body, which is where we want to go. So and the Anjani Sunyu was our Annamaya Kosha, our physical body. We have to treat it like a temple and make sure that our basic physical and material needs are met. So anytime we have a problem, anxiety, fear, any of the negative emotions, you bring your attention immediately to your Annamaya Kosha and do a vrat, that is some sort of controlling your food, sleep, entertainment, and sexual activities, because that is where you leak power most of the time. Today we are going to talk about the Vayu Putra. So Hanumana, Anjana Sunyu, third one is Vayu Putra. Vayu Putra talks about our Pranamaya Kosha. Once you have your Annamaya Kosha under control, you take your attention to your Pranamaya Kosha, that is your energy body. Now, prana, most of us think it's just breath. We don't realize there are 5 pranas inside us. We have 5 pranas, and these are, I will explain in detail. Let me just list it. Prana, which is the inward coming energy. Apana, the energy that goes down. Samana, the energy that circulates and digests. Then Vayana, the energy that actually goes all over, the nutrition that we digest and the information, not just food, but information that we digest should be available to every part of the body. Then we have Udana, which is the energy going, prana, the air, breath going up. That is communication, speech, expression, spirituality. Now, let us go through this one by one. So this Vayu Putra is actually, in short, it encompasses the, most of you may or may not be aware of the Panchamukhi Hanuman. You know, the five-faced Hanuman? That is a elaboration of the Vayu Putra. Now, Vayu Putra, the first one is Prana. Prana is the breath we get in. It also, not just symbolically, actually, energetically, it is not just the air, the oxygen that we get, but information. Every time you breathe in, you must remind yourself, I am taking in information from the world. What kind of information am I taking in? Whether it is the food, whether it is what I'm watching, hearing, listening, seeing. So that information, that is represented in a Panchamukhi Hanuman by Hanuman itself. That's the first one. If you look at a Panchamukhi Hanuman, the first face is Hanuman. The second one, once you figure out what is the information you're taking in, are you receiving? You know, sometimes we have so much noise in our head that we don't even receive. And one of the examples of this is when somebody is talking to us, we are already formulating our response. So you're not in a receiving mode. You are you are finding excuses and defenses, how you will defend yourself. That is not being in a pranic state, because you're not receiving information. So you have to ask yourself, what information I'm taking, am I receiving? Am I in a receptive mode? Then comes apana. So once the prana comes in, apana is the energy, that the air that goes downward moving energy. And this is represented by Varaha. So when you look at a Panchamukhi Hanuman, if anybody has a picture, I should have had one with me here, but I don't. Anyway, thank you, Arundhati. You have if you can take a picture and maybe put it on the chat, people can take a look at it. That may be. So second one, in a Panchamukhi Hanuman, the forward facing is Hanuman. The left side is Varaha. That is the apana, downward moving air. And that is you. Once you take in the air, you digest everything, not just air, information, you have to release it, because it is like the excretory function or any kind of wastage that you get rid of from your system. That is at a body level. At the mind level, at any given moment, we are blasted with 14 billion bits of information. Out of that, we can only process 4 to 7 bits of information. Some of them sink into our subconscious, the others we have to consciously get it out of our system. It's just like when we eat so much food, only the nutrition we keep, the rest of the roughage goes out of your system. That is the duty, that is the job of apana, getting things out of your system that does not serve your needs, body or mind needs. So when you are breathing out, bring in, am I releasing? Am I letting go of past hurt, past experiences, limiting beliefs, negative beliefs? At an emotional, energetic level, when you're breathing out, you want to say, what am I letting go, or am I holding on to it? Because even in people who have delivered children, that Lama's practice, the breath, whenever you're breathing out, you don't experience pain because you're letting go. So anytime you have a bodily pain or emotional pain, try to breathe out. Your breathing out should be longer than your breathing in. So apana is letting go of food, things that does not serve you, information that does not serve you. So you remind yourself, am I letting go those emotions, thoughts, beliefs that are not serving me? So that is the apana. Next is samana. So not next, actually from between prana and apana are the other three breaths. Prana is in, apana is out. In between is samana, vayana, udana. Samana is digestion. This is very important to understand, the difference between information and transformation. It's like you eat something, but all the food does not necessarily, the nutrition, all the food is going into every part of your cells. That is why if we have any defect in our body, we're not able to take out the nutrition from the food and supply. That is where we have deficiencies, vitamin D deficiency, vitamin A deficiency, because we're not able to take that. That is at the body level. Same with the mind. When we bombast our mind with too much information, we are not able to necessarily digest all that information. So you have to understand every time you take in your breath, not every time you, once you practice this and understand this, it should become automatic. Like when you learn to drive a car, you look at, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. But ultimately, when you are proficient, you just get into the car and drive. Similarly, once you understand these 5 breaths, it will happen automatically. Initially, you will have to spend a little time to understand. The samana breath is the fire. It's the fire that transforms food into nutrition, and it is that capacity within us that takes information and transforms it into usable, that which we can use. And this is represented on the right side with Narasimha. So we have Hanuman, Varaha, Narasimha. And Varaha, I don't have time to go into details. In that avatara, Vishnu goes down into the ocean to pick up the earth. So that is the downward moving. And Narasimha is the Ugra avatara, fiery avatar of Vishnu. Fire digest. The dharma or the character of fire is to purify. Of all the elements, fire is the only one that purifies. Water doesn't. We think water purifies. Water only washes away, but it doesn't purify. So when we are in a medical practice, suppose you have to use a needle, you put it in the fire. You just don't wash it in. Just washing it in water does not sterilize anything. So fire is necessary to digest information. That is the Narasimha avatara. So we have to ask ourselves, how much information am I taking? Am I able to prioritize? Am I trying to multitask and get in, all the information that's out there? Because there's no dearth of information. We should be able to focus on getting that information that we need, so that enough that we can digest. That is we should not be drowning in information. And fire brings in clarity. Clarity purifies, clarity of purpose. Then is Vyana. After you have got, taken the food and you have digested it and the nutrition is there, that nutrition should be available to every cell in your body. That's the circulation and integration of that information in every cell of our body. So that part we have to understand. Okay, I've got this information, I've digested this information. Like right now, you are getting the information, you're digesting it. What will you do with that information? That is the Vyana. It has to go to every aspect of your life, your physical existence, your mental existence, your emotional existence, political, religious, social. This information should reflect in every aspect of your life. That is called Vyana, circulating, integrating. Then is Udana, which is the upward moving. So the Samana is Narasimha, Vyana is Garuda. That is the in Panchamukhi Hanuman, the face that is in the back, Garuda. It's the vehicle of Vishnu, and Garuda signifies it has 2 wings and it takes you up. What are those 2 wings? One is Gyana, the other one is bhakti. Because karma we have to do no matter what. So we have a choice to balance our life, to go upwards to our higher self. We need Garuda energy, which is we need bhakti and we need gyana to be able to reach Vishnu. So Garuda is the Vyana. It has to take all this information and take us upwards to our higher self. And finally, on the top is Hayagriva. This is the horse-faced avatar of Vishnu. Horse represents thoughts, fast-moving thoughts, which is a high-level, subtle thoughts. But to be able to understand, and Hayagriva avatar was represents Vedas, the scriptures, the highest knowledge. But to be able to get to the highest knowledge, we have to first be Hanuman, control our ahankar. Then we have to Varaha, let go of things that are not serving us. Then we have to be Narasimha, digest the information that we are getting. Then we have to call in Garuda, that means bhakti and gyana, to take us upwards. Then only we can reach Hayagriva, which is on top, at the top, Sahasrara chakra. So Vayu Putra tells us how to utilize information. Once you have controlled your ego, you get all this information, whether it is in your field of job or work, or in your personal life, or in your spiritual life. All the information you are getting, are you able to let go of the ones that don't serve you? Are you able to digest it, get clarity, prioritize, and then use it to move upwards? So that is what we get from the Vayu Putra. Now, we move on to Udana is Hayagriva, upward moving. It controls our speech, our communication, our spirituality. So that is what the Udana, how everything, all this information, after we are able to use it in every sphere of our life, whether it is helping us to express ourselves in our highest potential, because human beings alone can express themselves, go against the tyranny of instinct and desires. So it should be able to take us beyond our instinctual living to a level of intentional living. So that's the Vayu Putra. Annamaya Kosha we took care of. Now we took care of the Pranamaya Kosha, that is Panchamukhi Hanuman. Now we will go to Mahabala, great strength, Mahabala. When you take care of the first three, when you live by the first three names, Hanuman, Anjanasunu, Vayu Putra, you become automatically a Mahabala, a person of great strength, because Hanuman, the man is what? You're controlling your intellect. Man is Ahankar. Ahankar is a property of the intellect. Anjani is your body, and Vayu Putra is your mind. Vayu is thoughts. All this we talked about how to process all this information. So when your body, mind, and intellect are aligned, then you become very strong. Because for strength, you need body, you mind, and you want intellect. So you automatically will become a Mahabala. But it reminds you, have you become a Mahabala? Because if you have not become a Mahabala, you cannot go through the next steps. Is your body, your action, your mind, your emotions, and your intellect, your thoughts aligned? If they are aligned, then check. Mahabala check. Now we will go on to Rameshta. And that one is Rama Ishta, means Rama is our higher self, that bliss principle. Rama actually translates to bliss, happiness. Ishta is the Lord. So we are Lord over our happiness. How do we, after we bring alignment to our body, mind, and intellect, then we start. The next three are the three yogas. Rameshta is your gyana yoga. Then we will go on to the next one. Let me not jump the gun. So Rama Ishta, when you have gone through this, you ask yourself, you got to know yourself first, your Atma. Who are you? The first question in our Vedic thought is Ko Ham. Who am I? And they end the answer with Soham. You are that. That what you're seeking, you are that. So first is know yourself. And this talks about, Ramashta talks about, sorry, not Gyana Yoga, this talks about Bhakti Yoga, to connect with your higher self. You have to first make that contract that I am connected with my higher self. And I would like to read a small shloka that I found somewhere in, I think it was in Tulsi Ramayana, which is very telling of this quality. More mana prabhu viswasa, Ram the adhik Ram kardasa. My heart, Lord, holds this conviction. Greater than Ram is Ram's servant. So Ram as a principle, higher principle, it cannot do anything in and of itself. It needs the body, mind, and intellect to be able to do anything. So the story in the Ramayana is, when they were building the bridge to go to Lanka, all the people, including Hanuman, all the monkeys and all the animals that were helping Ramji, they were getting stones and they were writing Ram, Ram, Ram and saying Jai Shri Ram, and they were putting into the ocean. And it was floating and coming together, and eventually it built a bridge. So Ram also wanted to help the people, and one day he picked up a stone and put it into the ocean. It sank. So he looked at Hanuman and he said, what is this? When you people are throwing a stone, it's floating. When I'm throwing a stone, it is sinking. How is that? So Hanuman said this one, that you are not calling in Ram, we are calling in Nam. So that name, it's the spirit in itself cannot do anything. The spirit needs the servant, the body, the mind, and the intellect to actually do what it needs to do. So spirit needs these people. More mana prabhu viswasa, Ram the adhik Ram karadasa. My Lord, my heart holds this belief that greater than Ram is Ram's servant. So this is what we mean by Ramishta. You commit yourself to your higher self. Now, another story I'll give you about how it clarifies how you can be Ramishta is when the entire war with Ravana was dead and they all went back to Ayodhya. There was a grand coronation ceremony and everybody was celebrating. And Lakshmana came, or Ram or Sita, somebody gave Hanumanji a very expensive pearl necklace. And they said, "You've done so much, and as our token of our this thing, we give it to you." That time, Hanumanji took out each pearl and he would look at it and he'll keep throwing it. And Lakshmana comes, he's a hot-headed person. That is the Rajasic person. He came and said, "What the hell are you doing? This is one of the most expensive necklace. They gave it to you and you keep taking out." He said, "Yeah, but I don't see Ram anywhere. I mean, none of these beads have Ram written on it. What good is it to me?" He said, "You idiot, how will the pearl necklace have Ram written on it?" He said, "Yeah, but it's in my heart." So that's when he said, "Show me what's in your heart." And he opens his heart and he shows Ram, Lakshman, Sita. Now, of course, metaphorically, we have to take this, that constantly anything that you take or anything that you do or create, you must think, is this going to serve my highest purpose? Because if it doesn't, I don't need it. This is noise. This is extra. I need to let go. What is my soul purpose? You have to figure out what is your soul purpose, and everything has to go towards your soul purpose. Anything else is called lust. Another time we'll discuss what is lust. That which does not take you towards your soul purpose is distracting you, needs to be thrown away. So then that to go beyond Mahabala to become Amita, the next step is Amita Vikrama. Between that, we have to go through the Rameshta, Phalguna Sakha, Pingaksha. Then you become Amita Vikrama. So then you have to find a higher ideal. If you do everything only for yourself, that means Rama is not your Ishta. You are not connected to your higher self. You are connected to your lower self, and your Ahankara is intact. You will not be able to be Amita Vikrama, man who can, or person who can do limitless, boundless things like Hanuman. So you have to find a higher ideal that goes beyond me and mine and my family and my community and my friends. It has to be a huge idea that inspires you, gives you the energy. So that is, and how do you do that? Because constantly checking, doership, enjoyership. If you think, I am doing this, no matter how good you're doing, you're not in the Rameshta stage, because you are serving your man, your ahankar. You are not going to the higher self. And enjoyership. I did this, I am entitled to this. I have done that, I am entitled to that. Good or bad, even bad things, sometimes we say, oh, we are very bad, we did horrible things. You are not the doer, you are not the enjoyer. Somebody is making you do Ram, your higher self is making you do all these things. The more you become in tune with that, and how do you ask that? You have to, anything that happens in your life, especially the challenging things, you have to tell yourself, Lord, let your will be done. Not will be done, your will is being done. Understanding that everything that is happening to me, you are making me do, so it must be perfect. I'm not able to understand. I'm suffering. Please show me. Please show me how this is in my highest interest, and the universe will provide you. People will come, books will come, ideas will come to you to tell you why this is in your highest interest, why you have to meet that person, why you have to go through that experience. So constantly asking that, Lord, yours will be done. Not that it's not okay. This is not, I don't have enough money, it's not okay. I don't have good relationship, it's not okay. Instead of that, saying, Lord, yours will be done. Help me. Teach me, guide me, hold my hand and get me through this. That is Rameshta feelings. Every time you're challenged to say, guide me, guide me. Now, Hanumanji, only time in the entire Puranas where Hanumanji failed, I will talk about it. 2 times Hanumanji appears in Mahabharata. He's from Ramayana Purana epic 2 times. One is that story with Bhima, where he taught Bhima, that he has to control his ego. Another time, when Hanumanji, had agreed to help Arjuna, and the next name will tell us why. He told, when Arjuna said that Krishna is Ram's avatar, and Hanumanji did not agree to that. He was so focused that only Ram is my Lord. He made that mistake of not realizing that Krishna was an avatar of Ram, same Ram. So what happened when Hanumanji, he asked Arjuna, can you build a bridge like I built? If Krishna is your God, like Ram was my God, let's see what your God can empower you to do. He said, yes, I can build a bridge. And he built a bridge, Arjuna. Hanuman stepped on it, the bridge collapsed. And Arjuna was devastated. He looked at Krishna because his faith got. So Krishna says, build it again. And Arjuna built the bridge again, and Krishna just touched the bridge. And Hanuman went and jumped and jumped and jumped, and the bridge didn't move. That's when he realized that Krishna is indeed an avatar of Ram. So that was the only time where Hanumanji was not able to do something that he wanted to do. Because why? Because he got disconnected with the higher self. He got too fixated on Ram, not understanding the higher self can come in any name. It just doesn't have to be only Ram or Krishna or Jesus or Allah. It can come in any name. The goal is you have to be connected to the higher self. So that was the Rameshta. You have to constantly tell, this is Bhakti Yoga. We have to pull now. First you got the body, mind and intellect, buddhi, ahankara, and the body, the first three to become Mahabala. Then you start on the yogas. The first yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Before you start anything, if you really want to have the mastery of your mind, first connect with your higher self. Just by intention, saying that, okay, now I intend to connect to my higher self, Ram, or whoever your perfected idea is. So that is Karma Yoga. And one other story I would like to share with you with this Rameshta is why today, that's why I put this one, because to remind me why Hanuman is covered in orange color sindoor all over. One day he looked at Sita and saw that she was wearing that red dot on her forehead. So he asked her, why are you wearing that? So Sita jokingly said, if I wear this, it to protect Ram and to make his glory really grow, and for his well-being, I pray to God and I wear this. He then thought to himself, one dot and Ram is protected. He goes and covers himself with sindoor and said, now nothing will happen to Ram because I'm covered in that orange sindoor. So basically saying that all he could think of is serving his Lord. Same, we have to think of serving our higher self, not our lower self, limited self. That all these stories are here to tell you what extent he went to, not a dot or two dots or five dots. He drenched himself in orange. That's all he could think of. Now, the second one is Phalguna Sakha. That's what I told you last time. Hanuman is from Mahabharata, and Hanuman is from Ramayana. Arjuna is from Mahabharata. Why is he called? Phalguna is Arjuna's name. Sakha is friend of Arjuna. Where is the connection between Arjuna and Hanuman? And in fact, in the Mahabharata, at the request of Krishna, Hanuman agreed to be on the flag, the emblem on Arjuna's chariot. It's called, Arjuna's chariot was called Kapi Dhwaja. Kapi is monkey, Dhwaja is the flag. On the flag is the monkey, Hanuman. Why? To remind Arjuna of what? Now we have to understand that when you think of Arjuna, what comes to mind? He is a teacher. He's a student who is receptive to his higher self. What Ram is to Hanuman, Krishna is to Arjuna. So we have to be always receptive to our higher self. And what did Krishna ask Arjuna to do in the entire Mahabharata? If you encapsulate the Gita, action. We are at a rajasic state where we are doing a lot of activities. How to take those selfish activities and make it much bigger is through commitment to our higher self, but constantly acting. And same as Hanuman, like I told last time, do you see any story of Hanuman where he just sits and prays and hopes things will happen? It did not happen for Hanuman. It will not happen for us. So the scriptures are telling us is to keep growing. We need action. And this is what, in yoga, a dexterity in action is called yoga. There are two definitions of yoga. Chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta is the mind, vritti is the constantly fluctuating mind. Nirodha is to calm it down. That's one definition of yoga. The second definition of yoga is yoga karmanasi koshalam. So that means dexterity in action. Both Arjuna and Hanuman display perfect focused attention. They are not distracted. So this is one thing that we have to bring when we are mastering the mind, that laser focus. Laser focus is what is required. One is receptivity to information from the higher self, laser focus and action. That is Phalguna Sakha. So we have to ask ourselves, whenever you are having a problem, are you waiting for somebody to come and solve it? Whether it is your God or your friend or your husband or your boss, it will not get solved. Action. We have to act. And that is Karma Yoga. Rameshta is Bhakti Yoga. Phalguna Sakha is Karma Yoga. So we have two yogas. Now we'll go on to the next one. And because karma is the only way we can exhaust our vasanas, the deep impressions that are in our mind from various lifetimes, and even in this lifetime, the only way we can think about moksha or liberation from this limited mind and body is exhaust our vasanas. The way you can exhaust your vasanas is through karma, and that is reducing the number of thoughts and laser focus. So that is chitta vritti nirodha. All extraneous noise, distractions, lust goes, only focus, blinders, and then dexterity in action. Once you are able to cut out the noise, you will be able to focus, and you will achieve far more than if you were doing multitasking. It's coming and being thrown out the window. I think last 20, 30 years, they say multitasking is the thing to be. Now they're saying, no, mindfulness. Wherever you are, that particular focus. So reducing the number of thoughts and action, whereas Rameshta was the quality of thoughts, increasing the quality of thoughts, always for the higher, always for the bigger purpose, not just me, beyond me, thinking beyond me and mine. That is, the quality of thoughts have to increase, the quantity of thoughts have to decrease. Very much like an Olympic trainer. What they do is, they believe the coach. Even when they think they cannot do it, the coach says you can do it. They believe their coach and they just go and just do it. The Nike ad, just do it. That's what the first two, Rameshta, Phalguna Sakha. Now comes Pingaksha. Pingaksha means eyes of yellow and red. When you think of yellow and red, what do you think? Fire. And what do eyes represent in spirituality? Wisdom, the windows to your soul. The window to your soul is eye. So here, from Bhakti Yoga, we have come to Karma Yoga. Now this is Gyana Yoga. You have to constantly, want to think big and get wisdom. We cannot be stuck in that same level. You cannot find a solution. The same thoughts that created the problems, from that level of thinking, you cannot find the solution. You have to get a higher perspective, a better perspective. And for that is the whole process of the seeker, going from artha to arthati to jigyasu to gyani. You have to constantly up your level, whether it is at a professional capacity in your work. You cannot have the same information and knowledge and expect to climb the corporate ladder. You have to acquire new skills. Similarly, with our spiritual growth, we have to acquire bigger ideas. We have to constantly, because these things are not easy, sitting hour after hour and learning these things, but you need this. If you want liberation from that limited body and mind, if you want mind mastery, you have to learn these things. You have to first hear, then reflect, and then actually put it into practice. So that is the Pingaksha. And because fire purifies, fire signifies spirituality, fire signifies wisdom, and wisdom, eyes signifies wisdom. So when you think about Pingaksha and say that, am I moving towards higher wisdom? Am I getting more and better information, or I'm always at that same level. You know, if you want to go up in life, you cannot just have a high school degree or just an undergraduate degree. Those who have more information have more power. Information is power, the right kind of power in the right field. In the physical material world, that kind of knowledge. In the spiritual world, you have to invest in these kind of things and reading on your own. First, listening, that is taking in information, digesting it, which is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is practicing. And that, in the same context, he's called 11th Rudra Avatara. Rudra is another name for Shiva. And in the Hindu pantheon of deities, Shiva represents wisdom. Vishnu represents emotions. He's sleeping in a bed at the ocean with the Seshanaga, and we'll talk about all that symbolism some other time. But he's a Rudra avatar. Anything to do with Shiva means wisdom and intellect and mind control. So Pingaksha is, you have to consciously get more information in your physical material 3D world and in your spiritual and energy world as well. And one of the practices that we do, any of these temples, if you go to, that early morning puja, it's called Suprabhatam. What do they say? Uttishta, Uttishta. They keep telling that God, that idol in front of them at 3 or 4, Brahma Murta, wake up, wake up. It is reminding ourselves that we may be physically waking up from our bed, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, are you up? So you have to remember, when you hit a wall, when you hit a bad patch in your life, you have to do that puja to your idol and say Uttishta, Suprabhatam. You have to get up, because that power inside her has to be awakened. And only by saying it, setting an intention that, no, I have to get out from this nonsense that I've created. I have to get up from this low level of thinking. I have to get up from this negativity that is pulling me down. Uttishta, Suprabhatam. So anytime, next time you go to a temple and attend a Suprabhatam, remember, they are, when the God is sleeping, we are awake. Who is we? Our small self. When we are awake, God is sleeping, because we've become God. He is merged into us. So this is Pingaksha, is the Gyana yoga. And we have to, instead of living in the realm of experiences and perceptions, we have to connect with the life principle. So that is the three yogas. First, we had the Buddhi, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, Hanumana, Anjani, Sunyu, Vayu Putra. That was, Hanuman was the intellect, Anjani was the body, Vayu Putra was the mind. Now we went through Bhakti Yoga, Rameshta. So you have to connect to your higher self. Then Karma Yoga, which is Phalguna Sakha, Arjuna and Hanuman. Any stories of them, you will see their greatest deeds were when they were in action, not sitting for somebody to come and do it. Krishna was there throughout Arjuna. Did he pick up a single arrow to help Arjuna? No. He said, you have to do it. I can only be behind and help you. Same with us. God is not going to come and fix our problem. We have to fix our problem. That is Pingaksha. Then, that is Phalguna Sakha. That is Karma Yoga. Then comes Pingaksha, which is Gyana Yoga. How to up my knowledge, my wisdom. I have to put the effort to always, whether it is at work, whether it is at spiritual level, constantly raising my awareness and knowledge. That is Pingaksha. When you do these three things, second check, Amita Vikrama. Mita is limitation, Amita is limitless. Vikrama is a special kind of action. Krama is action. Vikrama is the highest level of action. When you are able to practice Gyana, Bhakti Yoga, that is, call in your higher self and principle. Karma Yoga, actually you say that I'm going to fix this problem. And Gyana Yoga, you invest time in understanding how to fix this problem. You move into the level of, from Mahabala to Amita Vikrama. Mahabala is you're just strong. Amita Vikrama is you do superhuman things. Because you are pulling in the big guns, you are willing to work for it, and you are constantly upping your information. Now, Vikrama is taken, there is a connection to Trivikrama. The Vamana avatar, if you know, in the Dasa avatar, that is the time when he took 3 steps. And in those 3 steps, he conquered the underworld, the earth, and the heavens. That's what you can do. With very little, you can accomplish a lot. And who can be called, Amita Vikrama? Hanumanji is, if not the only one, maybe one of few who carried Ram on his back and had Ram in his heart. So he carried Ram in his back when Sugriva had sent Ram to Hanuman to reconnoiter and find out about Ram and Lakshman, and he brought Ram and Lakshman on his back to meet Sugriva. And also in the Lanka war, there are several instances where he carried. What does carrying Ram on your back mean? That you are willing to do the work for the Lord, for the highest. Whatever the higher self is asking you to do, you are willing to do, even though it's very difficult. It's on your back. When we carry somebody on our back, we do their work. We carry a child on our back, we take the pain off them and do their work. So you should be willing to work for the higher self. And it's not easy. Carrying somebody on your back is not easy. And he always constantly had Ram and Sita and Lakshman in his heart. Anytime he could open his heart and show. So what it's saying is, you work for the Lord and you keep the Lord in your heart. I am doing it for you. I am dedicating it to you. This is for you, my Lord. And anytime your life feels difficult, say, I'm carrying Ram and Lakshman. I'm doing their work. I am doing God's work. It is difficult, but he's inside here. I will not fail. I will not fail. So that is Amita Vikrama. So, connecting to the 3, you can actually conquer the 3 worlds in 3 steps if you can practice Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gyana Yoga. Bhakti is connecting to your higher self. Karma is constantly focused, like Arjuna, focused. And in this, I will tell you a story, so it will bring it together. I'm sure all of you know it. Just a reminder, when all these Pandava and Kaurava princes were ready to leave the Gurukul, and the Dronacharya wanted to have a test to make sure that they know, he had a bird in the tree, and he called everybody and he said, shoot the bird's eye. And everybody, he would ask before they would shoot, he said, what do you see? And they would describe the whole sky, tree, bird, leaves. He said, you're not ready. You are not ready. You are not ready. Then Arjuna stepped onto the pad and he says, Arjuna, what do you see? He says, my Guru, I can only see the eye of the bird. So he says, you are ready, shoot. So that is when you are dealing with an issue in your life. If you are thinking of 20 different things, you cannot find a solution to that issue. For that period of time, that multitasking does not work. You will focus only on that. What do I need to do? Connect to your higher self. What do I need to do? And what do I need to know to accomplish this? Where can I get the knowledge? Who can give me guidance on this? These are the 3 yogas that you have to pull in. So Amita Vikrama is willingness to do boundless work. When your back feels heavy, say, I am doing the Lord's work. I am carrying the Lord on my back. And happy because the Lord is in my heart. Narada and all, they only had Lord in the heart. Even Prahalad only had Lord in the heart. Arjuna did Lord's work. How many people did Lord's work and had Lord in the heart? By Lord, I'm saying your higher self, that which goes beyond your me and mine. Doership and enjoyership doesn't suit me, doesn't feel good. No, that means you're in your lower self. You're not thinking of the highest principle going beyond you. So that is Amita Vikramaha. And then comes, so first step was what? When you do those 3 things, body, mind, intellect are aligned, you become Mahabala. Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gyana Yoga, you become Amita Vikrama. You must be willing to carry the Lord's weight on your back and have him in your heart. Belief, faith, that I'm doing it for the Lord, he will find a way around it. Then comes the next 3, if you do, you becomes the Dasagriva Darpaha. Next 3, I think we will do next time, because I want to take some questions, and also I want to be able to chant with you guys. And the Ashtasiddhi that we are going to work on this week is called Garima. First was Anima, when we do very little to express ourselves. Then last week was Mahima, when you, without repeating, how to expand your knowledge and impact as many people and activities as you can. Garima is heavyweight. Now, when you think of heavyweight, what does it mean? Heaviness. When a lot of things come together, it becomes heavy. And in this context, integrity. Mind, body, and intellect should be together. Your action, your thoughts, and your speech have to be together. That is heavy. Now, otherwise, mind is here, thought is there, action is here. It doesn't feel anything. When one day, if you try only speaking what you believe and thinking what you believe, or saying what you believe and doing what you believe, watch what kind of power you can bring into your life. Only one day also, if you did it, it'll be very difficult. Most of the time, become aware, I think this, but I'm saying this. I'm saying this, but I'm doing this. So your energy is split. It's not together. You're not heavy. You are light. You're distracted, dispersed, dissipated, and unfocused. Garima is this week, practice to the best of your ability. What I'm thinking and what I'm saying and what I'm doing are aligned. This is Mahabala. Remember the first one, we're going to practice Mahabala. What you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're doing, to the best of your ability, be aligned. Sometimes you cannot say what you want to say, then don't say it. Don't say it to get approval. Don't say it and if you have to say it, become aware. Okay, I've lost a little bit of my garima. I've lost a little bit of my strength. I'm not in Mahabala anymore. I said something I did not believe in. Or I did something that I told other people not to do it, but I did it. So you are leaking energy. Understanding when your action, thought, and your speech are disintegrated, you cannot be a Mahabala. So the Mahabala is the Ashtasiddhi for this week. Any question? Actually, we will take the questions a little bit later. I want to do have you all been practicing the Dwadasanama? How many people have memorized it? Okay, so I'm going to ask if it's okay, if you're comfortable, Kruti, to actually, unmute yourself and say it. That will give you the confidence. If you want to. If you don't want to, I can ask somebody else.
Om Hanuman Anjani Sonu Vayu Putra Mahabala Rameshtha Phalgun Sakha Pingaksha Amita Vikrama Udadhi Kramanaschaiva Sita Shoka Vinashaka Lakshman Pranadata Dasagrihavasya Darpaha.
Excellent, excellent. Anybody wants to go with the translation? So when I ask you, what does this mean? Because this is a process whereby we are forcing ourselves to bring it in. It's not just washing over us. We are making an effort to take the information and transform it into something that we can use. So who wants to go next? I want to ask for the literal translations. Anybody up to it?
I can
What's that? Okay, so anyway, let me just say, Hanumana means destroy your ego. Yes, Anu, you want to go? Who was that? Oh, Devi. Devi, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Hanuman is one who conquered his ego.
Yes.
Anjani Sunu is who worships Devi, the mother.
Yes.
Vayu Putra is son of the wind god, Vayu.
Mm-hmm.
Mahabala is the strong one, the one with strength. Falguna Saka is Saka Falguna, Arjun's friend.
Very good.
Then Pingaksha is the one with yellow and red eyes. Then Sita Soka Vinasaka is the one who removed Sita Maya's sorrows.
So after Pingaksha is Amita Vikrama.
Oh, okay, sorry. Amita Vikrama is Vikrama is victorious.
Yeah.
Amita,
Boundless acts of victory.
huh. Then
No,
Lakshmana.
Udadhi Kramanashchaiva.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping the thing.
Because
Sorry.
in that order is important. That's why they've put it in that order.
Okay.
So Amita Vikrama is willing to do boundless acts. Udadhi
Udadi
Kramana
Kramana Chaiva is the one who crossed the ocean.
Sita
Then
Vinasaka.
Sita Soka Vinasaka is one who helped Sita overcome her sorrows.
Yes.
Then Lakshmana Prananatha is the one who gave life to Lakshmana.
Yes.
Dasagriva Darpaha is Dasagriva is 10 heads. So the one who destroyed the Ravana's ego.
Yes. Yes.
Then
that's it. That's it. Those are the 12 names.
Yeah.
So now I would like somebody to volunteer to tell me what these are the literal meaning. So I want somebody to talk about the first three. Hanumana, Anjana Sunu, Vayu Putra. When you're going check, when you think of these three names, what three things should come to your mind?
I can go.
Janu, please go.
It's the body, mind, and intellect. Hanuman is the killing of the ego. The Anjani Su is the body, the Annamaya Kosha. And then the Vayu Putra is the mind.
Yeah, so we have the Annamaya Kosha body, Pranamaya Kosha emotion, Manomaya Kosha is Ahankara. So these three we have to think. Whenever you are having trouble, if you are practicing mind mastery, am I treating my body as a temple? Am I the breath, the 5 breath? Am I taking it in? Am I digesting it? Am I releasing what doesn't suit me? Am I taking that information and making it available to every aspect of my life? And is that making me rise higher, better, one step at a time? So that is your Vayu Putra. And then, so in my mind, body, intellect, next 3, then you check off Mahabala, then you say 3 stages, which is Rameshta, Phalguna Sakha, Pingaksha. What do those 3 things, what should they bring to your mind when you say those names? Who wants to go next? Or you can continue, Janu, if you want.
It's the bhakti.
Okay.
Sorry, Prabha,
Somebody's going.
Yeah, it's bhakti yoga, karma yoga, and the gyana yoga.
So what does that mean? When you think of bhakti yoga, gyana yoga, what should you be thinking?
Bhakti yoga is what serves to your higher self, is what you're paying attention to. And karma yoga is being focused, a laser focus towards it, and focusing on your action towards it.
Yeah, and distractions going away.
And gyana yoga is what will actually serve towards increasing your wisdom.
Yes. So when you are hitting a wall, who can teach me to go higher? To be receptive to a guru. Guru need not be a religious person. It could be a friend. It could be a husband. Who is telling me to act the bigger person? Get the information. Somebody is telling you to rise beyond your instinct. Pay attention to that. So those 3 will make you Amita Vikrama. You can do boundless things if you're able to check align your body, mind, and intellect, and practice bhakti yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, which is connection to your higher self, acting focused and constantly increasing your wisdom in your physical life and in your spiritual life. That will make you Amita Vikrama. Next time we will do the next 3 and finish it. So I think it's going slower, but at a pace that people can understand. So let's just, any questions do we have?
Nita, can you give an example for what you talked about practicing Garima? Can you give an example to it?
Yes. If somebody, let's say that we tell somebody to draw boundaries. When a friend calls and you've been called to a party, don't do that, draw a boundary. And then you go out and you go to that party and you have given an advice which you're not following.
Okay.
Or the other thing is somebody is asking you asking for your opinion. And if I say, hey, Abha, do I need to lose weight? Because, no, you're looking beautiful. Are you kidding me? You're just fine. But you know I need to lose weight. So you are thinking something, but saying something else. If somebody has asked, I'm not saying solicit information, but if somebody has come and asked you, what should I do? Be what you think and what you say and what you act. Should I eat this? Many people who are on a diet say, don't worry, you eat. I eat everything. But they don't eat everything. They look at your weakness and say, you should eat. But they go back and they don't eat. And this I learned from my sister-in-law, because she was a model, size 0 or 2. And I said, oh, you're so lucky you eat everything. And she said, no, I don't eat everything. I'm very strict with my diet, Neeta, and don't listen to anybody who says they can eat everything and be a size 0. Not possible. Unless you're an aberration. So that's what. You're practicing something else, telling somebody else something else. Oh, please eat. But when you go, when they offer you food, you will not eat. That is what you believe and what you say and do are not in alignment. And even studying, like students, how many times in our childhood we have done it? I'm sure I've done it also. Are you studying? No, I watched a movie. I am not studying for the exam. Oh, you are studying, all right. You're telling other people don't study. That is not garima. And we lose power. So this, when our speech, body, and my thoughts, action are together, tremendous power. We experience it for a week and see that when you walk into a place, people will begin to respect you, that this person says what he means, does what he says, and believes what he does. So there comes a halo around you, because people begin to trust you energetically, not what you say. Your energy is that of the Subesha. In Hanuman Chalisa, we'll talk. What is that energy that circulates you? Some people you look and you can trust them. Some people, they can say whatever they want. Flaky people, you just don't take their advice seriously, because energetically they're not saying what they mean.
You said that you basically believe in that whatever happens is God is making you do. But then also last time you said that's what Duryodhana did. It is that he didn't take responsibility and he just kept saying that whatever I'm doing is because you're making me do. So
God is not making you do. What I'm trying to say today is your higher self is the God. So yes, God is making you do, but it is your higher self. So you have to take responsibility for it. You can't just wait there and say, no, God will fix it, or, this is just the way it is. Can't do anything about it. No, you're continuously taking responsibility for it. And why responsible for you? Because the God is inside you. Ram is not outside. Ram is your higher self. So if Ram is making you do it, you take responsibility for it. You cannot say, God made me do it. Whatever you are feeling and doing, you know that you have created it. God may have created it, but that God is sitting inside you. You, as God, have created it. You can fix it by your action, not just action. If you just do action, you stay limited at the body level. That is why the Pingaksha. You have to rise, understand why, how did I create this? How can I change this? Not that if I do a puja and then continue to eat and drink and have merry and say, Ram will come and he'll actually build that bridge. Ram did not build the bridge. Krishna did not fight the war. Krishna made Arjuna fight the war. Ram made Hanuman build the bridge. So, yes, without Krishna, without Ram, that bridge won't be built and that war won't be won. But actually, we have to do it. And with gratitude, like here, thy will be done. Thy will is done. Not having regret, resentment, that means you are not agreeing with the higher will. You are in dissonance with it. Here you're saying that is the Amita Vikrama, that it is hurting me, Lord, but I'm sure there is a reason why you're making me do this. Show me how I can learn from this, how I can grow from this. The activities don't change. It is our appreciation and understanding of it. Do you do it with a sense of gratitude, or do you do it with a sense of resentment and blame? Or you say, no, if I am experiencing this, I have attracted this, I have created this, I will have to fix it, taking responsibility for it. Did I clarify it, or?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Any other questions?
Neeta,
Yes.
Tribikram, you said Amita Bikram, you said Tribikram, that you gave example of Bhaman avatar.
Yeah.
What is the, so is this like 3 kind of Bikram
No,
yours?
no. What I want to tell you is, Vamana avatar mein he's called Trivikrama. When you're invoking, what does Trivikrama do? 3 small steps and you have accomplished everything. You have taken the earth, you have taken patal, you have taken heaven. So you don't have to do a lot of activity. When you are balanced and focused, you have to do very little and you'll accomplish a lot. So only 3 steps Vishnu had to take to cover all 3 worlds. But because his what we are being asked to do is that laser focus, like a laser. When you what is laser? Taking light and focusing it so that it burns through metal. But the same light outside dissipated doesn't do anything. So we will finish with Hanuman Gayatri Mantra and the Dwadasa name and Purnamadam. Om Hanumana Anjana Sunu Vayu Putra Mahabala. What am I saying? No, I'm trying to do this. I'll Dwadasa name first. Om Hanumana Anjana Sunu Vayu Putra Mahavala Rameshta Phalguna Sakha Pingaksha Mita Amita Vikramaha Udadi Kramanashchava Sita Soka Vinasaka Lakshmana Pranadata Dasagrivassa Darpaha. Om Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Vayuputraya Dhimahi Tanno Hanumata Prachodayat. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you.